So today is December, I don't know, something, 20, December 20th. And yesterday I did that Christmassy vlog video where I was outside smoking some stuff. And, every time I make a video, I feel like making another one. I'm not sure that I'll post this today though. But what I wanted to do, in contrast to yesterday, was stay inside and be warm and actually work on some writing. And I was not writing, but organizing my writing so that I knew where I needed to go with book three and all the other books. And I thought I would just sit in here doing that. And then I realized that I'm an idiot. I, I have a writing channel. People probably want to see me working through the writing and a little bit less of the outside talking nonsense while smoking. It wasn't nonsense, but it was random. Um, so, what I'm doing right now, it was a bit of a trick to get it to work because I'm an idiot, but I got the iCloud notes thing syncing to iCloud, and that took a bit. So now all the notes from my phone, and I spend a lot of time making notes on my phone about these books, they're all up here now, and I can copy and paste all of the ideas that I've had, or specific lines, or characters that I think are interesting. I can copy those out of here, paste them into something. And I've been thinking about that. I think I'll create a Scrivener document, a sort of master document for ideas, and use the scene cards, one for each book, and divvy up the ideas between the books. Maybe have one extra for like, don't know where this goes yet kind of ideas. So, what I'll probably end up doing is after I've organized this stuff, I'll walk you through the Scrivener document so you can see what I ended up doing. And by then, I might have some more ideas on which book will actually be book three. At the moment, I believe it's going to be a remote research station, not in space, but on Paradise, the planet Paradise. Um, in the north, they're studying something. I haven't decided yet. And of course, a murder takes place. And our investigators are brought in to this closed area to figure out who it is. And I think I'm going to try to have it a little more traditional murder mystery this time, where every single clue is very important. No one seems like a suspect, or everyone seems like a suspect. I understand that's really frustrating when books and shows do that. Like everyone had a reason to kill this guy. Well, but that's where picking through the clues um, leads you to the correct person. You can't just have one guy that seems guilty and, oh, he is. Like, the hell kind of story is that? Anyway, come back in a bit. Bye. Well, howdy, folks. Welcome back. All of the notes have been copied and pasted into Scrivener. I have 30 ideas, not great ideas, honestly, but there are 30 ideas for the books, and there's an idea dump, which is what actually came from the phone with like 10 billion things. Some of it little interactions between characters, some of it actually video ideas, for this channel. So the next step is to set up cards for all of this info so that I can visually make sense of it. I'm a very visual person. So apparently we're bringing in groceries. But what I decided to do, we were gifted this bottle of Coureur des Bois. It's a whiskey with maple syrup, fait avec du sirop d'érable pur du Québec. 31,7%. C'est quelque chose. It smells like wood. A little bit of sweetness from the maple syrup. Not as sweet as Sortilège. I don't know if you've ever had Sortilège or heard of it. And then there's Sortilège au bleuet, which has blueberries in it, and there's a Sortilège crème, which is like a cream version, kind of like Bailey's, but not. Anyway, there was like a swallow left in this bottle, so I decided to have some. And it's very strong and lovely. You know, Canadians love their maple syrup. And there's a ton of activity in the house at the moment, so I guess I better go help with that. I believe it's groceries being brought in. I cook them, other people buy them. It seems fair to me. Let me know if you don't think it's fair. I think it's fair. Bye. So we're in a live stream with Cody and Taylor Ann Wright. I just bought her book. I haven't started it yet, Taylor. I'm sorry. There's a lot going on. I just got it yesterday. Allow me some wiggle room, please. Live streams are the greatest. We've got Miley and Jess and Alyssa in the Books is in here. Hannah Fletcher, Lynn, Laura, and Miss Blogger. It's actually Ms. Blogger. Hi. What is everyone working on? I'm working on my outline for my fiction, fantasy, and contemporary paranormal romance novel. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are, Ms. Blogger. That's what you say in every single stream, everywhere. I'm sure you're not a bot and you're a real person. So thank you for your contribution. Ari's here, Laura, Nettles, Hedot, Sorsay, Miley, if I didn't say it already. It's just great. It's great to see everybody in here. I love this community. Everybody's super supportive. It's great. So I will be, again, putting these 30 plus book outlines. They're kind of just ideas, but I'll put these into cards, and then I'll go through all of the other notes that were on my phone and separate those out, and we'll see what we end up with, and hopefully we come up with an idea to create book 3. There's lots of ideas, but I need to feel somewhat inspired by what comes next, and there has to be some contrast. I mean, book 2 was on the farm band. I mean, it ended up being called the Agra Band, which isn't the greatest, but some people called it the farm band, some people called it the Agra Band because it's agricultural as opposed to livestock. And it was hot. And thinking book 3 will be more like The Thing. Maybe a geodesic dome in the Arctic of the planet. I may have already said these things. I have no idea. I don't remember from 1 minute to the next. I have an incredible memory, but not so much short term. I have a tremendous long term memory. Um, so we'll see what book 3, what we feel will be best for book 3. Again, there needs to be a little bit of contrast with book 2, and we'll keep popping back and forth. You don't want everything to take place in like close quarters space station things. That's not the best. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Love you. Bye. Well, hello again. It's a different day. I mean, I'm still wearing a black shirt, but that's because I own 20 of them. So there's that. Can you see? You can see that. Yes. We have 32 potential book ideas on the board from my master plot ideas document, and I transcribed them into cards. But I still have the idea dump document over here from my phone, which has just a ridiculous amount of stuff, including a bunch of like title possibilities, some story possibilities. So, I'm pretty sure we're okay for the 30 books. But the entire point of doing this was to figure out what book 3 was going to be. And yeah, I've got it. It took a little bit of thinking. It wasn't necessarily just in a note, it took some thinking. Tentative title, Liminal Space. IIC Emile Lessard, or Miles Lessard. Miles is his nickname. Emile is his actual first name. Emile Miles Lessard. And team will be contacted to go down to a research facility on Planet Paradise proper in the Arctic, and it'll be empty, hence the liminal space. And I mean, I don't know, there might be a dead body. Like, obviously, something has to happen. They might be able to just explore the reason for everyone disappearing, but there might also be like one dead body, but also everyone disappeared. That seems to play in better with this particular 6-book arc. And the only way they can get information is by reviewing the video logs. Should I tell you this? Sure, why not? You're not going to remember. I haven't told you any of this. Okay, so their badges. Okay, these are FBI people, right? They're not really, they're USG investigators, but it's kind of the equivalent of the FBI. They've got badges, except they're physically large on their chests. And they're actually made up of what used to be pollinators, these little drone microscopic robots that would fly from tree to tree, because we're in space, we don't have bugs. So they have these mechanical pollinators, which are now called fireflies. They make up the badge, and then they can, I think I just tapped the thing, but anyway, they can transform into different things. Instead of just sitting there, which would be god awful boring, and watching the video logs from these people at this research facility, the logs will be acted out by the pollinators creating the 3D images and moving throughout the space. See, like, look, I told you this like 10 videos ago. There's a cat friggin' just scraping at the glass on the French doors. Could you stop that, please? Hey, no. 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 God, cats are fun. Maybe they want to host their own videos. I don't know. They're great. Cats are great. Anyway, pollinators will create, they're not called pollinators anymore. They're called fireflies, but they'll create these 3D representations, low res, because there aren't really enough in a badge to create like a solid 3D representation. So there'll be like some gaps, but it'll kind of be like, I don't know, Princess Leia, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. A little bit retro, which is all I know because I'm old. Okay, so book 3, ready to go. What else do I have to say right now? I've been reading. Focus. Under the Same Sky. Kate Hill. Okay. I hope that wasn't scratchy because my microphone moved. As I said in the first AuthorTube video, I would do my best to purchase and review all of the debut novels from then on from other AuthorTubers as a way of supporting people and getting the word out and making sure that they had at least some reviews. I mean, people may not need it, but it's just what I decided to do. Kate Hill has a YouTube channel where she documented, I didn't go back all the way actually, but she was documenting her journey of writing this book, which was apparently a bit of a personal, not a memoir, like she had an experience and decided to incorporate it into this book. It's great. This is a romance. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm male. We don't read a lot of romances. But I wanted to, because who knows? I don't know. Like, I don't want to let biases or preconceptions cloud anything that I read. So I bought it and I read it. This thing's great. There's a tomato on the front. This is the slowest of slow burn romances that I've ever read. I've only read one. It's a very slow burn romance. The majority of the book is the main character, this woman, Saren, who, I mean, I don't want to go too much into it, but she inherits her grandfather's farm. She has some personal issues that she's sort of running away from. She's in a new small town and trying to make a go of getting this farm up and running. And the book's about the people she meets, the friends she makes, the romance, a lot of potential romances, and then the one true fella she ends up with. And the success or failure, but the struggles anyway. Let's go with struggles so that I don't ruin anything. The struggles of running the farm and getting it up to speed, all the research she does online. So, not tarnishing her grandfather's legacy because the townspeople loved the grandfather. So, anyway, I'll be honest, because I read a lot of and write a lot of scientific reports. I started into this with a very, I don't even know how to say it. Like, there was some things there were some things that I picked up on that I was like, you know what, that may not be technically accurate. Or, you know what, that the logic doesn't follow there. However, no one else is going to think like me. On average, there's no issue with the book. The prose is fine. 100% on the prose. It was just some of the technical stuff that I was like hiccuping on because I'm so friggin' anal. But the book wasn't written for me. The It's a feel good woman struggling with issues in her life and then struggling with trying to fit in to a small town and struggling with making the farm work and all this stuff. And it was great. I think it's worth reading. I would be very interested if any of you pick this up, and I suggest you do so that we can have this conversation. Pick this up, Under the Same Sky by Kate Hill. Check out her YouTube channel. It's Kate Hill is what she is on YouTube. And we can have the discussion. Was this a good romance? It's the first one I've ever read. I don't know. But it was a good book about struggling through figuring out how to run a farm. And I really enjoyed the romantic elements of it. A little bit of spice at the end that, it wasn't overdone, it wasn't underdone. It was perfectly realistic. Thought that was great. So, good. Other books. Hunting Vienna. Yasmina Adina. I put this in my community tab that I had purchased this. Yasmina, I haven't actually finished reading this book yet. I've barely started. Under the Same Sky took me quite a long time. Um, I I do a lot of audiobooks, and it took me a while to get into the physical reading of it. But as I started to light fires and sit every night, I got into it more easily. So Yasmina Adina, Hunting Vienna. This is a YA urban hunt novel. Again, haven't read it yet, but I'll get back to you when I do. Quote, Venture Below. Ooh, by Taylor Enright, who's a wonderful person who travels around the U.S. with her husband. I assume he's your husband. Sorry, boyfriend, husband. I don't recall. And she goes to tons of little libraries, and she's done this book, and she's working on the second one. So that's great. This is a fantasy. There's kings and political stuff. Adelaide, will she find the truth or die trying? Well, you've got that. The intrigue. Taylor, I haven't started reading this yet. Well, I have, but I will finish it presumably over the winter holidays. Again, trying to get into more physical book reading. And then at the same time that I bought that Under the Same Sky by Kate Hill, I purchased Nikki Niyira, Healing from Bulimia and the Truth Shall Set You Free. Her handle is Artist Archives 4747. I haven't gotten through this yet because Under the Same Sky was the first one that I got. I am looking forward to this. I haven't read it yet. Again, I don't necessarily know that I would have purchased a book about bulimia, but it's about supporting people and what they're writing. And I don't know what I'll enjoy or not. I don't want to only read crime thrillers or sci-fis or horrors as I have been. I'd like to expand my horizons a little bit. And this is a memoir, so we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be lovely. Challenging. Otherwise, there would be no point in having written a memoir. But I'm sure the ending will be lovely. So we got book 3. We're ready to go on that. And we got the other 27 books, kind of. But I still have to transfer over my mind dump into those books and those potential books. I've got some other books to read. I do spend a fair amount of time watching YouTube videos from fellow writers because I enjoy it. Again, tons of younger people that are getting into this. There's like some 18-year-olds, some 20-something-year-olds, like 22 or something. I don't comment on the younger people's videos because I imagine that would come off as creepy. They have no idea how I really am. I'm just trying to be supportive. But I'll watch the video. If there's information that I can use in my own work, great. Otherwise, I just give them a thumbs up so that they feel supported. You know, a lot of times you throw out a video and people forget to give a thumbs up or they don't bother. Nobody comments, whatever, and you sort of feel like you're just putting stuff out into the void and there's no point in it. But it's important. These people are documenting their journeys, myself included. And it's important to recognize people. So, anyway, for the younger people, I don't usually comment. I'll just give a thumbs up. But you're doing awesome. You're doing better than I did. That's the main thing. I always wanted to be a writer. I always thought that that's what I would end up being, but that's not how it worked out. And maybe if I had had the support, maybe if the internet existed, maybe if the internet existed, I mean, it did, kind of. I mean, if you call BBS's existence. Maybe if the internet existed and I had some support, maybe I would have pursued it, but I didn't. And now, as I struggled through the 20s, and let's be honest, also most of my 30s, and then finally felt settled in my late 30s. I'm now in my late 40s. I'm finally able to circle back and do something that I thought I'd actually really be good at. So I'm circling back to try that out. And you guys, you're just going for it. And I love that. And that's why I'm so supportive. It's a little bit like living nope, not surreptitiously. That's on the slide. Come on, brain. Vicariously. There you go. It's a little bit like living vicariously through you, but I'm really just trying to support people the way it's not a downer. The way I wish I had sort of been supported, or the confidence that I had in myself when I was that age. That would have been wonderful. Maybe. But we're doing it now, and it's never too late. So I believe this is the end of this video. I don't see any reason to continue it. It's been a little bit of a vlog, a little bit before Christmas. We went through figuring out what book 3 would be. We talked about some books I've read. We talked about supporting the community and why I leave positive comments in the chats and stuff. It's just to build everyone up. You're not alone. You're struggling through it the same as we all are. No, maybe differently than we all are, but we're all struggling, and we can get through it. So, I mean, in the words of Red Green, keep your stick on the ice. Bye. That's too long a gap, Henderson. So is that. I'm gonna have to cut. Damn it, I hate jump cuts. Hate jump cuts. 80% battery. I can't. Can I see? There we go. Am I in the shot? Oh, mercy. Here we are. We're back. Ah, I don't have that thing. Okay. Let's make this thing go. Is that on? That's on. What am I talking about? I think my laundry's ready, but whatever. Let's make video instead. Video. Video. Turn around the thing. The thing up there. We're recording. Where do I put this? I just put it. You know, it's not the greatest place for that. Oh, Chris. I need an adult. Okay. Those are my 3 claps. Lord, I don't care. I mean, I might sneeze. Did we just wake up? Oh, God, we sneezed. Okay. How do I put this thing on me again? You over there. Is that good enough? That's probably too close, but it's fine. This isn't the cleanest glass. I should probably wipe it down. I mean, it was clean. Those are my 3 claps. Get this fucking phone out of my pocket. I don't know. And we'll see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, I mean, God, we weren't recording. Oh, fuck me. So I forgot to record there. I don't know if I used the other audio or not. C'est sacrément. C'est quelque chose, you know. We're green on here. We'll start that recording. Oh. Is this where we are? Okay, it's where we are. Turn on microphone. To put it, up here somewhere. Hello. No, I don't want you like that. Something like that is fine. You, come on, video. Video, turn around, record. You're recording? Good. Last time it wasn't recording. It's a pain in the fucking ass. I had to re-record all the audio nonsense and those are my 3 claps.